back. We are in Immunity Week, never a more pressing time to do this. We're here with our friend and colleague, Dr. Parris Kidd, who is the Chief Science Officer at BrainMD. We just finished talking about vitamin A and the lining of your lungs, the lining of your gut, and how important vitamin A is for that. Parris, what else should people be thinking about?
Well, you brought up in the last segment, how do we arm the immune cells, right? Well, not only do we have to arm them, but we have to make sure they can be mobile. And for them to be able to move alone requires that they have very high levels inside of vitamin C and certain other water antioxidants, water phase antioxidants, but mostly vitamin C. If they have enough vitamin C, that can actually back up antioxidants that they may not have sufficient amounts of. So they need vitamin C to be mobile. So if you set up a model, an experiment in which an immune cell is deprived of vitamin C, first it's rolling along in the petri dish, and then you take away the vitamin C and it comes to a grinding halt.
Oh, interesting.
It's like removing the treads from a tank. You give the vitamin C back, it can move again. And that's very, very important because you can actually witness immune cells trailing. They can pick up messages from viruses and bacteria in the bloodstream or in the tissues, and they actually chase them down and hopefully catch them and then kill them. Now, there are two ways they can kill them. One is to just simply gobble them up. They're bigger than the particle, and they go after the particle and they take it in and then they digest it. The other way is to release ammunition. They generate free radical substances and they combine those substances with chlorine or bromine to make a highly damaging, highly reactive substance, which is basically hypochlorite or hypobromite. And that can knock out the particle, and then they go ahead and finish off the particle. But in the process of doing that, there is a field of fire. So this is actually close quarters confrontation. And if they don't have sufficient protection inside, they themselves can also be destroyed. And that's where antioxidants come in. Now, from the time that I wrote my book on antioxidants, way before some of our watchers were even born, I realized that it's so very important that immune cells be well supplied with antioxidants. So here again, you have vitamin C, but you also have vitamin E, and you have an array of minerals that are essential for antioxidant enzymes that provide antioxidant protection. Things like zinc, copper, iron, selenium, manganese. So these are all minerals that are essential for life. They have other functions, but they're also critical for the immune cells to have sufficient antioxidant protection that they don't become inadvertent victims of their own, confrontation with viruses or bacteria or fungi or whatever else is coming in and giving them trouble. So very important that they be well supplied with vitamin C and with antioxidants, both for motility and to help protect them against their own attacks against foreign particles or substances or agents. And then in the
how much vitamin C, Parris?
Well, 2,000 milligrams a day. If you're really under pressure, and by the way, we have to think about the human body. We have to understand that the human body is a highly dynamic organism, and so all of the daily stresses that we're under, all of life, really, all of living life, whether or not we're under, isolation, bring stresses, and those stresses tend to turn over nutrients. So the more stress we're under, the more life challenges we're under, whether it's emotional, chemical, lifestyle, infection, all of those tend to deplete nutrients from the body. So this is how different people can have very, very different nutritional requirements. And it's very important to study your own body and to have a feeling for when you may be running low on something, and also to do the nutritional insurance. And the nutritional insurance is fundamentally based on a really, really good multiple.
Yeah, because I heard you you started to mention a whole bunch of different nutrients, and unless you're like me and you don't mind taking a whole bunch of pills every day, a lot of those can be found in a really good multiple.
Yeah.
So some of them I add to my multiple, a lot of them, but you've got to have that really good basic.
Yeah.
So,
and that's why we created Neurivite Plus, and we also have a brand new vitamin C coming out called NeuroC, which is a liposomal vitamin C, where vitamin C is actually packed in these little fat molecules that increases the absorption.
It tastes really good.
It tastes really good. So vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, all essential. You also mentioned zinc. And
before you leave the new vitamin C product, let me just clarify a couple of things. It's 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C per dose. So you can do it twice and you have as much vitamin C as you need, unless you're under a really aggressive attack by an infectious agent. The other thing is that the little structures that are carrying along the vitamin C and improving the absorption are actually made of phospholipids.
Mm-hmm.
So these are substances that make up the outer layers of our cells, what we call the membranes. And so I've been working on cell membranes, since I did my PhD thesis. And these phospholipids actually are instrumental in bringing the vitamin C into the immediate vicinity of the cell membrane,
mm-hmm.
and helping it to be better absorbed. So there are no fats in the liposomal vitamin C. It's these biologically active substances called phospholipids, which have their own benefits besides delivering vitamin C as well.
Thank you for clarifying that. You mentioned something really important. You said unless you are under attack. So let's just say we are in a position where we're really worried about being exposed to something, or we are sick. How much should they increase their vitamin C? Should listeners increase their vitamin C if they are exposed to something or they're sick?
Well, the turnover of vitamin C increases dramatically when a person is under any kind of infectious attack. And so a good regimen would be a gram every hour. That would be one dose of the NeuroC every hour. And then when you get up to about 6 or 7 or 8 grams, your bowels will begin to get a little bit loose. And that tells you that's a purely physical phenomenon. There's no chemical toxicity going on.
Okay.
It tells you that there's so much vitamin C in your intestine that it's drawing water into the intestine. So at that point, you pull back and wait a few hours and then do some more.
Interesting.
And if you do it that way, you're delivering a very generous dose of vitamin C to keep your immune system functioning optimally. And also, vitamin C has direct antiviral effects.
Right.
It actually directly kills certain viruses.
Yeah, no, I love that.
All right. We're giving them so much good information. When we come back, I want to talk about zinc and why the president actually in one of his press conferences talked about zinc potentially helping some of the medications for COVID-19.
I've been seeing that with a lot of physicians. I've actually been seeing videos go viral about physicians saying you need to be taking zinc and Schweppes, even if you're taking medication.
Tonic water.
Yeah. So it's like
we'll talk
this
about
crazy
that.
thing.
All
so
right, stay with us.
If you're enjoying the Brain Warriors Way podcast, please don't forget to subscribe so you'll always know when there's a new episode. And while you're at it, feel free to give us a review or 5-star rating, as that helps others find the podcast.
If you're considering coming to Amen Clinics or trying some of the brain healthy supplements from BrainMD, you can use the code podcast10 to get a 10% discount on a full evaluation at amenclinics.com or a 10% discount on all supplements at brainmdhealth.com. For more information, give us a call at 855-978-1363.